So Ramey and Jerry, the original two partners, they were both active when they started this. I came on and of course had a military connection. My husband is retired from the Air Force as well. Being close to, MacDill Air Force Base, we'd have a lot of other bases in Florida, so we tend to be a draw for people specifically because of that military connection.
I was in the Air Force for 25 years and I needed to retire. I had to have something to do, some sort of life after retirement from the military. Jerry and I were in the same unit. He was our nuclear chemical science officer and I was a comm chief. We both had a love of craft beer and both kind of had this dream of doing something like this. We never realized that each other had the same kind of interest. It kind of built from there. Then he was already doing home brewing at the time, and then the concept just kind of grew from that. And then we wanted it to matter, so that's why we put the name Five Branches on it. That way it reflects who we are permanently in the name of the business versus Ramey and Jerry's Brewery or everything like that. So kind of we want to put our stamp on it, but we want to be a brewery first and earn our stripes that direction. There's great beer all over. So you have to be something that matters in order for people to come in and become part of our community and all that. And the only way that is going to work is if you're actually part of the community. You actually are involved in it. You actually know your neighbors, the people in the area. You take time to talk to them. You become part of that world. It's just, that's really, really cool about this Tarpon Springs community. There's a big, huge community. Obviously with the docks and all that, we get a lot of tourists through, and that's great. And that's great exposure. It's good meeting them. But the community feel is what I think any breweries that really get into it, that's what they want to be a part of. They want to be that old school neighborhood bar that people know. And there's only one way to do that, and it's really join the community.
So people come to places like this because they want to talk, and it's important to get to know the people that are coming here regardless of what your business is. You work in retail, you work in anywhere, you work in the medical field. It's important to know who your patients are, and people like to have that connection wherever they go. They don't want to feel like they're there just to pay for something or just for a service. People like to feel like they're welcomed.
So for us, working with Grow was just an obvious thing because they grew out of the military world. There's that connection there. There's that natural sense of service between the two. It's a place that served my business that I'm proud to actually be partnered up and work with, and still have them as my personal account as well as my business account.
In order for a small business to last, you really have to give people that homey kind of a feel, and everyone here is like a family.
Having those kind of relationships with people and developing that stuff leads to stuff that we never expected to happen. That was definitely not part of our plan starting the brewery. We've had a couple military retirements here. We've had weddings here from a military friend of mine wanting to marry. They met here, and then sometimes we can have solemn occasions. And for someone to be hurting as bad as that when they lose somebody, a service member, and want to have something like that here because we were their favorite local place to go to. That's a lot more important than selling any drink we've ever sold or making any cool beer. These great awards on the wall that we're proud of. But I think I'm more proud of moments like that.